I'm Lieutenant General Carl Steiner, the commander of the 18th Airborne Corps at Fort Bragg. I want to thank World Championship Wrestling for affording us the opportunity to join other Americans and other soldiers across this land in saluting our flag. 214 years ago, the Army was locked in a mortal struggle in trying to help establish our nation. Today, the Army stands ready to defend the greatest nation upon the face of this earth.
Live from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and under the steady gaze of Iron Mike, the symbol of the United States Army worldwide, World Championship Wrestling presents tonight a top 10 showdown featuring number 10 contender Terry Funk versus the number 1 contender Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Plus, who will become the newest Freebird when the semifinals of the World Tag Team Title Tournament continues tonight on the Clash of Champions 7, Guts and Glory. Now let's go to Jim Ross and Bob Caudle.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the jam-packed arena here in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the home of the 82nd Airborne Division. And we have got 3 great hours live coming right at you here tonight, Bob. It's a great tag team tournament, the semifinals and finals all tonight.
Jim, you're 100% right. 8 teams started out in our World Championship Tag Team Tournament. Well, we've got 4 teams at the moment. We're going to have 2 semifinal matches then. Before we leave the air tonight, we're going to have new World Tag Team Champions.
Plus, ladies and gentlemen, a top 10 ranking match. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, the number 1 contender, will take on Terry Funk. That's the quickest way to Nature Boy Ric Flair, and we will be hearing from the Nature Boy for the first time since May 7th here on our program. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a lot of great action, the debut of several new stars. You hear them in the background. They are jazzed up, as are we, and now let's stand for the singing of our national anthem. Let's take a look. The World Championship Wrestling athletes. It's been a great day here today on the post of Fort Bragg. We were proud to help the Army celebrate its birthday by participating in some of the challenging training that the Army ROT cadets must complete. There you see Scott Steiner rappelling down the wall. The college juniors and seniors at the Army ROTC camp, All-American, are among those outstanding, positively motivated youth that you seldom hear about. Instead of spending their summer partying on the beach or whatever, they are busy practicing the leadership skills necessary to be a future officer in the United States Army. This is not the only ROTC advanced camp with such patriotic young folks. The same training is being conducted at Fort Lewis, Washington and Fort Riley, Kansas. The cadets here at Fort Bragg are being trained by a school cadre and our wonderful hosts from the 18th Airborne Corps and the 82nd Airborne Division. This is truly an all-American adventure, and we're here. There you see Ranger Ross and the Slide for Life. Approximately 40 miles an hour coming down the cable And next, I think you're going to see Missy Hyatt, who took the slide for life. She got a lot of help putting on her life vest from the soldiers, I understand. And Missy Hyatt comes down. There she is.
Are they going to get on this side?
They should, because they're going over.
I'm not winning. I didn't break a nail either. See?
And I didn't mess up my hair.
Nail proof.
Great show. All right. Hey, it's great to have you. Super. A lot of inspiration for these young kids. Hey. Good. It's great to have you here. Rangers lead the way. Airborne. Well, you did well. What was that?
Wrestling fans, this first contest is the semi-final event in the World Tag Team Tournament. Ladies and gentlemen, this match set for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing team number 1, about to enter the ring from the city of Sunshine, total combined weight 420 pounds, Johnny Shane, the Dynamic Dude. And wrestling fans, their opponents, about to enter the ring area from Bat Street, USA, in Atlanta, Georgia. Ladies and gentlemen, the fabulous Freebirds.
Michael Hayes, and there is Jimmy Garvin. There you see him, Jimmy Garvin.
And Terry Gordy behind, bringing up the rear.
The big Bammer, and there is the newest Freebird. I would never have believed that. Jimmy Garvin has joined Michael Hayes and Terry Bam Bam Gordy. The 3 Freebirds are intact. And they are not very popular here in Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
Well, they're going up against a tremendously popular young combination in Shane and Johnny, the Dynamic Dudes. Well, look at Garvin in that black leather jacket and all decked out. He's making an imposing figure over in that corner up on the ropes.
Freebirds with new ring attire. Terry Gordy taunting this massive crowd in the sweltering North Carolina sun outside.
Boy,
as many of these troops are outside trying to get in that are in the facility now.
It's hot in and outside of the ring, and what an enthusiastic crowd they are, Jim. I'm certainly glad they're on our side.
Well, we're waiting for the referee to get one of the Freebirds out. Let's go. He's calling for the bell. Let's hear the bell. And it's going to be, it looks like Garvin and Hayes will be representing the Freebirds in this event. Starting out very quickly with the early advantage on the Dude. Sends them to the turnbuckle. Nice quick move by the Dude. Double atomic drop by the Dudes and double belly back suplexes. Up top they go. Sunset flip. Big clothesline by Shane. Referee's not going to call for the count here.
Well, that was a good quick recovery by the Dudes as they were attacked right at the bell by the Freebirds, and they came back to show you what they're made of. It takes a tremendous amount of athletic ability to do what they did, and they came back very strong.
Hayes coming back into the ring. The Dude standing fast in the center of the ring. This is the team that came into the tournament as the number 8 seed. Decidedly the underdogs when the tournament started, but they have fought their way here to the semifinals to meet the Freebirds. And of course, the winners of this match will go into the finals later tonight against the winner of the Midnight Express Samoan SWAT team event that we will be bringing you a little bit later.
And you just can't put too much emphasis on what that championship means.
Hayes now, the clubbing blow to the back of Johnny's head. Nice reversal by Johnny. Hayes went for the big kick. Nobody there.
Long corner.
Good arm drag takeover by Johnny of the Dynamic Dudes. This young team has yet to taste defeat here in the NWA. They have really come out of nowhere to make a great showing of and for their legion of fans.
Well, they work like all the good tag teams should. They tag often, they switch, they try to keep a fresh man in the ring. Now, look at Johnny up on the rope right here, Jim.
Nice team move there, coming off on Gorgeous Jimmy. Formerly Gorgeous Jimmy. That's no more. It's Freebird Jimmy Garvin, I've been told succinctly. Double hip block takeover, double elbow drop. This one belongs to the dudes right now.
Again, what an upset this would be for the Dynamic Dudes to move into the championship right out of this match.
Hayes coming in with Garvin's assistance. Stomping away at Shane. Don't forget, still to come, a Dragon Shy demonstration with a great Muta. The debut of the Ding Dongs. The Midnight versus the Samoans. Dr. Death and Terry Gordy one-on-one. Teddy Long's new man Norman is here, and much more. Nice move there by Shane, leapfrogging over. 1, 2, and Hayes kicked out. Near fall situation.
Well, he had Hayes in that fall position. He just couldn't hold him there. He got down to 2. Another second, and it would have all been over at that point, and the Dudes would have been in our championship.
Hayes buries a right foot to the midsection, follows it with a judo chop to the chest. And this is like being at the Army-Navy game, except the Navy's not here. It's all Army. Man, are they all American. There you see a great shot of them. The home of the mighty 82nd Airborne. 1, 2, another near fall. Army's 214th birthday today. It's Flag Day, and patriotism reigns supreme here. Much more supreme than that move that Johnny attempted. And Jimmy comes in to stomp on the back of the head.
Well, it's been all the Dudes as they've had the offense going right now. Here are the Freebirds trying to turn it around with Garvin.
Lateral press, leg grapevine, but he kicked out.
That looked like a sure 3 right there. He had him, and he had that leg hooked, and he just couldn't hold him.
Slam by Garvin, lateral press. Young down, 1, 2, and again the youngster from the city of Sunshine kicks out. Johnny thought on the outside. That's where Terry Bam Bam Gordy is patrolling. Hayes with a big chop out there to take advantage of this situation. Rams Johnny face or chest first into the security railing.
Well, and Shane in the ring has been trying to get over to try to help him, but Garvin has been cutting him off along with the referee. And Johnny outside of the ring is being pummeled out there, Jim.
I'll tell you what, fans nationwide, we're very pleased to be cooperating with the Army, celebrating their 214th birthday. This is the base that the Green Beret was formed. This base has so much history. General Westmoreland, one of our great leaders, was the commanding officer of this post.
Well, you're right, Jim. No doubt, and there's been many great ones out of here. Some of the facts briefly about Bragg. There's 40,000 military personnel here on this base, 4,400 civilian workers, 11,500 post families, a total population of 60,000, and you see a good portion of them right here in this building too. 60,000 classifies this base as a city.
Side headlock by Garvin, shot off there by Johnny. Oh, big tackle. Garvin met face first on the side of Johnny's head, and Garvin feels the punishment.
Oh, he needs a tag now. Wobbly, made it.
Tag made. Shane comes in, really working on Jimmy. Garvin, high elevation. The newest Freebird goes up. Michael Hayes is elevated. And Shane now cracks their heads together. The birds are reeling. The feathers are flying, if you will. Nice move there, goes between. This could be it. 1, 2, and Hayes made the save. Johnny's in there with Michael Hayes. Shane pairing off with Jimmy.
5 minutes gone by. 5 minutes.
All broken loose now with all 4 of them in the ring.
Double drop kick. Out goes Michael Hayes. Jimmy Garvin in big trouble. The Dudes on the verge of a major upset. Here comes Hayes again. He throws Johnny on the outside.
Watch out.
seconds, the winners of the match, the fabulous Freebirds!
So the Freebirds will meet the winner of the Midnight Express Samoa SWAT Team event. And the dudes had it going their way, Bob. They had it going their way, and I thought that that's Shane at the pin right here.
All right, and out of the ropes, Shane rolled up Jimmy Garvin, and as you say, he had it going his way, and it looked like it was going to be all over right here, but there came Michael P.S. Hayes for the DDT, and that wrapped it up.
Hayes with the DDT, the Freebirds will advance, and fans will be back with Ranger Ross versus the Terrorist.
Jesus better be good. How low would it be? Oh, hold on, Mr. President. It's really not a very, hold on. Shut up! Mr. President, I'm sorry. If you want to know that, all you have to do is call the wrestling hotline.
The Wrestling Hotline, now with all new programming. Mondays, Lance Russell travels America for those hard-to-get interviews. Tuesdays, find out what Joe Pedicino knows. Wednesdays, enter the Danger Zone with the unpredictable Paul E. Dangerously. Thursdays, dig up the dirt with Eddie Gilbert and Missy on Hot Stuff. Fridays, it's the provocative Jim Ross Report. And weekends, it's live NWA action. The Wrestling Hotline. Call 1-900-909-9900. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents thereafter. Kids, get your parents' permission before calling.
Hi, my name's Corporal Pace. I'm from Newburgh, Indiana. Just want to say hi to my mom and dad and my wife, Carol. Love it here at the 82nd Airborne.
Wrestling fans, the following contest in Clash of Champions 7, it is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first in the ring, weighing 240 pounds, the Terrorist. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, hailing from Ackworth, Georgia, weighing 235 pounds, a true American, Ranger Ross.
Ranger Ross making his way to the ring. I'll tell you something, fans, these airborne soldiers are very unique. They volunteered twice. Once when they came into the Army, the second time when they volunteered to go to airborne school. I guess you could say they even volunteered a third time. Every time they exit an airplane with a parachute on their back during a tactical exercise. Real men here, and Ranger Ross was one of them.
He certainly was, Jim, and he has many friends still at this base. I talked to the Ranger earlier, and he said he had been here for a day or so, and he'd had a great time visiting with a number of his old friends. A true blue American all the way through, and I tell you, the Terrorist is in the wrong building as far as I'm concerned.
I want to tell you, Bob, and I think it's a great tribute to Superstation TBS and Ted Turner for allowing us, along with the Army, to join. This is real America right here. Hey, I'd like to be home having a Coors Light and having a big slice of Domino's pizza or something right now. A Coors Light would taste awfully good, and the Terrorist is trying to make short work of Ranger Ross.
He's all over Ross at the bell. He really got him before the bell. And with a mask on, I have no idea what this guy looks like, but he's a big one, and he's got to be a rough toughie.
Big flying forearm on the Terrorist, the masked man, by the Ranger. Man, the pageantry here, this is just, I mean, America at its finest, the unleashed enthusiasm of these soldiers on this phenomenal base as Ranger Ross, on this post, I should say, delivering a great drop kick to the Terrorist.
Jim, and you talk about being on this post, and what a day to be here. Flag Day, and also the 214th birthday of the Army.
Ranger now trying to make short work of the Terrorist. Catches him with that clothesline. Coming up the Dragon Shy demonstration. But in this segment, a world premiere video on the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. Ranger going downstairs. Karate move to the head. The NWA tomorrow night will be in Augusta, Georgia. The bashes start 1 week from tomorrow night in the Capitol Center in Landover.
Danger Ross.
The adrenaline had to be flowing at its all-time peak for that young man as he waves Old Glory high and proud over the squared circle here in Fort Bragg, North Carolina. We'll take another look at it. Bob, look at the agility of the Ranger and watch that right foot.
Well, and you said the adrenaline was really flowing. There it is, that kick, and boy, he landed it like square onto the chin of the terrorist, and at this point it was all over.
And fans, let's take a look at this world premiere video. There's none other like them, the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Charlie Osborne, the 82nd Airborne Division Artillery Executive Officer, and I want to wish the United States Army a happy birthday.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here live on Superstation TBS here at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the home of the 82nd Airborne. We're very happy to be participating with the United States Army in their 214th birthday. It's indeed a privilege for us to be here. And ladies and gentlemen, this particular segment of the program, we will be seeing a Dragon Shy demonstration with Gary Hart and the Great Muta. As you all know, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert has challenged the Great Muta in a double jeopardy event. If Muta wins the coin toss prior to the match, it will be Dragon Shy. If Gilbert wins, it will be a coal miner's glove match. We've asked Gary Hart and the Great Muta to join us here in the ring. Trent Knight and Mike Justice will be going through this demonstration with us. And Gary explained, he is here. I guess we're going to have the demonstration now, right?
We are not going to have a demonstration.
Why?
The Great Muta says that this is not competition for the Great Muta in a Dragon Shy match. The Great Muta says you're nothing but a gaijin, and you're nothing but a gaijin. If we are going to fight the American wrestlers, we want somebody like a Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. We want somebody like the Sting. We want somebody like Eddie Gilbert. He said no longer will he embarrass himself by beating up gaijin American wrestlers such as yourself.
Well, listen, you had no business, he had no business spraying Missy Hyatt with that spray whatsoever. I thought that was very cowardly.
In Japan, if you know anything about the Orient, the women know their place. And the Great Muta said, all the Americans hide behind their women. They allow their women to do their fighting for them. That's right, go get your wife. She's probably tougher than you.
Nobody here agrees with that philosophy.
We don't
wait a
care.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait, hold on, oh, God! Gilbert tried to... Gilbert has burned Trent Knight. God, I can't even get out of the ring. Gilbert was going to try to burn Muta. He's burned Knight accidentally. Gilbert came for revenge. And Muta on hard. Muta deathly afraid of the fire. His father was burned in the face. That's why he wore that paint. Muta deathly afraid of the fire. He's leaving the ring area. But Trent Knight has been burned accidentally by Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
Point, Utah. I'm a private first class. I'd like to say hi to my parents and don't forget to feed the dog.
And here, ladies and gentlemen, as we're back, Jim Ross and Bob Caudle. There you see Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert throwing a huge ball of fire directly at the great Muta's face. Muta pushed Trent Knight right in front. You see how close I was. And Knight got it all up his chest, all up his face right there. You see it? And the medics are taking care of him right now. But that was meant for the great Muta. And now let's go up to Gary Capetta.
Wrestling fans, the following contest, it is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing team number 1, first to my right, from hometown, South Carolina. He weighs 221 pounds, George South. And ladies and gentlemen, his tag team partner, from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 225 pounds, Cougar Jay. And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, soon to be making their way toward the ring area, from Belleville, USA, total combined weight, 455 pounds, the Ding Dongs.
Boy, I tell you, Jim, that's a wild-looking pair. I've never seen the Ding Dongs. I'm anxious to watch this, see just what happens. They look like they could be a wild twosome. That's wild outfits they got on.
Sure is. I guess we'll call that one Ding and the other one Dong, for lack of a better one. I don't know. Or Ding Dong 1 and Ding Dong 2. I don't have a clue. Side headlock by number 1, Ding Dong number 1. Good football tackle. Down goes Cougar Jay. This is a very bizarre team. They have bells on their ankles and their wrists, and they're bringing the bell. They got a bell in their corner that they're ringing like crazy. Well, they're from Belleville. What else?
That's right, and you can hear that bell very distinctly over in the corner. The man outside the ring keeps ringing it when his partner's in. Wild.
He's ringing a bell like crazy. Bells, Esmeralda. Bells, and Cougar Jay almost pinned there. Side headlock.
You know, that's got to distract you to hear that noise and that bell ringing outside. Jim, hey, we mentioned that tomorrow night in Augusta, World Championship Wrestling in Augusta at 7:30 tomorrow night. Friday night in Cleveland, Ohio, and Johnstown, Pennsylvania. And then this Saturday night, Indianapolis and Harrisonburg, Virginia. The NWA World Championship Wrestling in action.
Nice move coming over the top rope. Look forward to seeing all the fans there this Sunday night in the Kiel Auditorium in St. Louis.
Sunday night also in Charleston, West Virginia, Jim. And just to bring our fans up to date in Macon, Georgia, we'll be there on Monday night, and in Savannah, Georgia on Tuesday night.
Big week for the NWA. The Great American Bash Series starts a week from tomorrow night. Landover, Maryland. Continues on to New Haven, Connecticut as they crisscross the ring. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. Nice double team move by the Ding Dongs. And they hip lock Cougar Jay over as well. Well, their bells are ringing.
Well, and I think they may be surprising a few folks. They're pretty good wrestlers in that ring also. They know how to double team and they know how to work as a tag team, that's for sure. And here's George South. He's going to slow them down.
Boy, their bells driving our microphone crazy. There's press right there. Why? couldn't hold him down. George South up very quickly, bears a right hand, countered with a nice power or a scoop slam by one of the ding-dongs. Double team move. I guess that was Dong that went down. I don't know.
Couldn't hold South, though. He kicked out.
Nice arm drag takeover. After this match, fans, Midnight Express versus the Samoan SWAT team. Coming up next. And the second semifinal event, the winners to meet the Freebirds later tonight. Good drop kick by the Ding Dong. Nice arm drag takeover. Well, those bells are all over the ring now. They've been torn off. You can see the spots all over the mat.
All around. That's right, Jim. Hey, we were talking about World Championship Wrestling. Remember, just to remind all of the fans that you've got a new program going to be beginning on June 23rd, Friday night at 10:20 on Superstation TBS. You'll be hosting the NWA Power Hour, Jim, along with Jim Cornette. I'm looking forward to that. That should be great.
Should be, Bob. It surely should be. Nice belly-to-belly suplex there, modified belly-to-belly, almost with a shoulder drive. The Ding Dongs now get up on that second turnbuckle. There's the elbow drop by one. The other one's high on the top. Big knee drop right on the chest off the top rope. And the Ding Dongs have just dinged their way to victory. Oh, that was horrible. Bad play on words, Bob. I'll let you do the... Will you do the replay?
All right, and we'll go back. Watch it again. Good teamwork as they double team first one off of one corner, then comes the other Ding Dong, and it was all over. There you have the winners of this match, the Ding Dong.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've had a lot of help putting this thing together here at Fort Bragg. One of the gentlemen that helped us, United States Representative from North Carolina, Charlie Rose. Here is his statement.
I'm Congressman Charlie Rose. I want to congratulate the U.S. Army on its 214th birthday today. I salute our soldiers at Fort Bragg and all across the country as we join in the celebration of Flag Day. This is our opportunity to recognize that all-important symbol of our country's freedom. Those stars and stripes move us to joy, to courage, to sacrifice. We must never take our liberty for granted. Thank you.
Well, we're back here, ladies and gentlemen. The Jim Cornette Midnight Express making their way to the ring. Sweet stand, beautiful Bobby, and of course the illustrious manager James E. Cornette. And thought of the new ropes, Bob.
Those are really something, Jim. There's Cornette, and we're looking forward now to the second of our semifinal matches in our tag team tournament with the champions to be crowned a little later this evening.
Don't forget, fans, the Nature Boy comes up later in the hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here they are. Hey, Bella, we fixed to save your life. We're going to let you sleep it off.
Well, he got on
Ladies and
television.
gentlemen, here they are. The greatest tag team combination in the history of professional wrestling. Born and bred in the USA. Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, the Midnight Express.
All right, the music will bring to the ring the Samoan SWAT team. Well, you did mention it. Yeah, they are excited here. They are full of vim and vigor, and so are these men, the Samoan SWAT team. They are wild, unpredictable. battle. And here's Dangerously's introduction.
For those of you who don't know by now, my name just happens to be Paul E. Dangerously. The next tag team champions of the world, Samu Fatu, the SST Samoan Sweat Team. And on a personal note, we ran you out already. We put that miserable punk in a hospital. And if you want to do it one more time, you miserable shot, I'll put my phone right down your throat.
Well, he didn't have a lot of courage there. Cornette and Dangerously leaping out of the ring. There they go around the ring. This rivalry will never end. And the Samoans and the Midnight Express hooking it up in there. There went Samu over the top.
Well, you knew it had to be a wild one when you had these two teams plus Cornette and Dangerously in there and all going at each other. The blood and knees, it's so bad it won't even mix.
And the stakes in this match are so extremely high. In the sweltering heat here in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, it is even hotter right here in the squared circle. Drop toe hold by Stan Lane, elbow by Beautiful Bobby, one of the patented team maneuvers of the Midnight Express.
The Samoans are so big and so strong and powerful, but Sweet Stan and Beautiful Bobby are such great athletes. They've got a lot of weapons in that arsenal of theirs, Jim.
Fatu sent for the ride. Double elbow by Bobby and Stan. Beautiful Bobby and Sweet Stan, Eaton and Lane, if you will. All 4 men in the ring now. Nick Patrick having a little trouble keeping them separated. Or in 2-on-2. There you see Paul E. Dangerously looking on. Bobby goes downstairs. Deep neck breaker. And the Midnight Express showing that their tag team expertise has never been better in this one thanks to that man. Thanks to his planning, Bob.
I tell you, Jim Cornette, he's done a tremendous amount of work for this team right here. He's put it together. He's taught them. They know exactly what to do and how to think. Look at that teamwork.
Great teamwork by the Midnight Express. Coming up, we'll show you how Terry Funk injured the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Plus, we'll still be hearing from the Nature Boy a little bit later in this program. In a light that you have never seen him, I will assure you. Also, Dr. Death and Terry Gordy and much more, including Steamboat and Funk, Norman the Lunatic, the Steiners versus Captain Mike and Kevin Sullivan, Sting and Wild Bill Irwin for the TV champions. Oh, big karate kick right to the face of Beautiful Bobby. And now they're double teaming him, Bob.
That's the way they work. The Samoans are going to do that. They get you in trouble. They get you on the mat. They're going to stay right on top of you. They're going to try to pound you and beat you into submission. Look at this double team.
Great double team efforts by the 300-pounders from the island of Samoa. Big and bad, like their predecessors, Afa and Sika. Bad to the bone. Nice move there. Good reversal and a big, big clothesline.
Well, fans, this is the kind of action you see in the NWA and World Championship Wrestling. And as we mentioned earlier, the Great American Bash starts 1 week from tomorrow. Thursday the 22nd in Landover, Maryland. Friday the 23rd, New Haven, Connecticut. Then in Philadelphia on the 24th and Pittsburgh the 25th.
We are live here, ladies and gentlemen. Jim Ross and Bob Caudle. This is the Clash of Champions 7 on Superstation TBS. And outside the ring, Fatu suplexing Beautiful Bobby right out here on the floor. Snap suplexed him right over.
Well, they don't care where they have to go to get you. They'll do it. They'd just as soon fight inside, outside the ring. It doesn't matter. They're just two rough, tough customers. And Dangerously, we talked about what Cornette had done for the Midnight Express. Dangerously certainly has done it for the SWAT team.
Wonder who he's talking to. Maybe somebody back in Atlanta. Paul Lee will be on our program at 8:05 this Saturday night, 8:05 Eastern Time. 2 great hours this Saturday night for World Championship Wrestling. That's this Saturday night at 8:05 Eastern Time, fans.
More great
a semifinal event in the World Tag Team Title Tournament. The winners will advance later tonight, live here on the Superstation, to wrestle the Freebirds. We already know that the newest Freebird is Jimmy Garvin. I'm assuming it will indeed be Garvin and Hayes later tonight. I'm sure they're watching this right now in the monitor in their locker room to see just whom they will be facing later on the Clash of Champions 7. And right now it looks like it's going to be the Samoans.
Well, the Samoans have got it all going their way. And as you say, there's a lot riding on this match. Not only all of the pride and the revenge.
He missed it, Bob.
Wow.
He was going for all of it, and he missed it all the way to the post. That man from Huntsville, Alabama, Bobby Eaton, rolling out of the way. Man, fans all over the world are watching this. We've talked on phone to many of them, tag made.
And they're fighting for the opportunity to win the most prestigious tag team championship in the world, Jim. The World Tag Team Championship. That's what the winner of this match is going to be going for later.
Side Russian leg sweep by Sweet Stan. He's got the leg grapevine, lateral press. If Fatu made the save. Beautiful Bobby's in there with him. All four up in the ring now. It's anybody's match at this point.
It's all broken loose with four of them in the ring at the moment. The referee goes down.
Referee knocked down inadvertently. This was ran into. Fatu on top. They're the Road Warriors. The Road Warriors. They slammed it on the top. Hawk and Animal. They want revenge on the Samoans. The Legion of Doom. The referee's rolling back to the ring. The Warriors got their revenge on the Samoans. And the Midnight Express have won it.
The winners in this last semifinal event, leading to the finals tonight, the Midnight Express.
This place is electrified. It has exploded with emotion. The Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors.
Well, the Samoan SWAT team did it to the Warriors in the first round, and here are the Warriors now, payback time.
Boy, when the Samoans and the Warriors meet the next time, the building is not going to be big enough to hold these four big animals together. And fans, don't forget, we'll be back with a Terry Funk, Ric Flair feature in one moment. Don't go away.
Hello, my name is PFC Spencer Pollard from 82nd Airborne Division Artillery. I'd like to say hello to all those at DeVarty and all those from Houston, Texas.
So fans, now the finals are set for the semifinal, the final round here on the Clash of Champions 7. It will be later tonight. The Freebirds meeting the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. We'll be talking to Nature Boy Ric Flair in just a little bit later in the program. I think you're going to find it perhaps the most provocative and interesting interview ever with a champion. But I think that we should take this time to show you exactly how he was injured on May 7th at the hands of Terry Funk.
I was just kidding you about going ahead and wanting to challenge you. I didn't want to really challenge you. I was just kidding you. So, dadgummit, let's go ahead.
That was beef. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Hey! Terry Funk attacking Nature Boy Ric Flair. This is totally uncalled for. He's taking him outside the rail. Terry Funk is a man enraged. Hammering Flair on the outside, out there in the front row of ringside. Flair in his moment of glory, winning the championship. And look at Funk slap him in the face. This was Flair's moment. Oh my God, what? He's not gonna power drive him on the table. No, he's got him up. Oh God. Fans, I want to tell you the heat generated from that match almost matches the heat here in Fort Bragg right now. It must be over 100 degrees in here, but I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in the country than surrounded by the 82nd Airborne Division. When we come back, it will be a battle of the bulls, Dr. Death Steve Williams and Terry Bam Bam Gordy. But before we go, take a look at one of the big things that's going to be happening at the Great American Bash, 2-ring, triple chance, King of the Hill Battle Royal. Here's all about it.
Most of the towns during the Great American Bash will be featuring the Triple Crown 2-ring King of the Hill Battle Royal, the most exciting battle royal in the history of wrestling. Up to 30 men will start in ring number 1. As the men are eliminated over the top rope, they move to ring number 2, where another battle royal begins until one man remains in each ring. These two men will face each other for $25,000 plus the right to compete in the King of the Hill Finals in Baltimore. Don't miss the 2-ring Triple Crown Battle Royal when a Great American Bash comes to an arena near you.
I'm Sergeant Stewart from Louisville, Kentucky. I like to say hi to my mom and dad, and I like to say hi to my wife.
Left, right, left. Left, right, left. Your left, your left.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest, it is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. It is billed the Battle of the Bulls. Introducing first in the ring, from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 315 pounds, Reaver Terry Bam Gordy.
Oh, he's a big bull. Here's Dr. Death. Williams and Gordy, after what happened in Japan where Gordy sucker punched Williams, he ambushed him in reality. Williams comes back to the USA with a vengeance. They're starting out quickly here. Big football tackle by the doctor. Too near 300-pounders. Gordy 315. Williams right at 300. Both men in great condition. This is all about the NWA World Championship Wrestling. And here are two of the biggest stars in the sport getting it on right here. Big clothesline. Ooh, the odds go up.
Super heavyweights, no doubt about it, in the weight and the big, powerful men that are in the ring right now, and they can move it around. And fans, you saw a little earlier that Triple Chance 2-ring Battle Royal at the Bashes, and you don't want to miss this kind of action when the Bash is near you.
Irish whip, and Gordy followed him in. Oh, goodness. What a clothesline. Doc had nowhere to go but down. Williams with new ring attire. I guess he's trying to forget everything that ever happened with Kevin Sullivan, but it was Sullivan who paid Gordy to sucker Doc over in Japan with that 2x4.
Well, and you know, we've always seen him in that Oklahoma red when he's in there. Great All-American, the University of Oklahoma, great all-around athlete, terrific competitor. He's got a heart as big as All Outdoors, too, Jim.
This is a very volatile situation anytime these two men get together. This was a rivalry that started back in the days of Mid-South Wrestling and the UWF. This is a feud that started, and they both went their separate ways. Gordy to Japan, Williams to the NWA, but it has resumed here with powerful vengeance as neither man will give an inch. Big roundhouse rights by the doctor, and Gordy's head is snapping back.
Well, both of them rose to the heights in different ways, and they had to meet. There was no way to get around it. It had to happen sooner or later.
Tremendous animosity between these two big men. Both men in their mid-20s. Both men have something to say about what goes on in pro wrestling. Williams with an uppercut right to the jaw.
This guy is so strong and so powerful. I don't believe Dr. Death Steve Williams knows his own power and strength.
Headbutt viciously. Oh, hit him right over the eye. Now Gordy in with a waist lock.
Gordy has certainly been around, and he knows his way around in that ring. He's been in many a tough battle against all kind of opponents.
Bob, I could use one of those Coors Lights about right now.
Oh, man. It would go great, wouldn't it, Jim?
Suplex. Great counter move by Bam Bam Gordy.
I think it must be at least 120 in here right now, but I tell you.
Isn't it great?
Oh, but these
Isn't it great, Bob?
men and women, they're enjoying every bit of it, and so are we. How great it is. You're right.
Big right hand. Gordy just buried it in Dr. Death's head. Don't go away, fans. We're going to hear from Nature Boy Ric Flair. Teddy Long's new man, Norman, will be here. It'll be the Steiners versus Rotunda and Sullivan. Sting defends the TV championship against Wild Bill Irwin. We'll be talking with Nature Boy Ric Flair. Plus the finals to our tournament and the showdown. Steamboat and Funk, number 1 versus number 10. I saw Lex Luger back in the locker room. I asked him to come out and at least say hello to the troops here. He said he didn't have time.
Yeah, well, I tell you, that top contenders match, I think that's got to maybe make a little reshuffling in the top 10 after that match.
Reverse chinlock by Dr. Death. Luger very irate. Fans, we want to remind you that Lance Russell and Joe Pedicino are doing play-by-play of this event on the Wrestling Hotline. You can call right now and hear their analysis of this event, 900-909-9900. And then join us after the broadcast for a live wrap-up show with Lance Russell and myself. We'll have the new tag team champions there. I hope to talk to Eddie Gilbert, Teddy Long, and perhaps Paulie Dangerously live on the 900 number after the broadcast. And Williams just tried to plant Terry Gordy. He slammed him with as much velocity as I have ever seen in a ring.
Tremendous amount of power behind that slam, and that's just how strong and powerful this man is. Gordy out of the ring. Williams right around. He's going to trail him
right around. Big right. There, big right hand by Williams. They're exchanging, and that one rocked Doc. Gordy rolls back in the ring. Get him as far away from us as you can. The Battle of the Bulls rages on, and they are butting heads here at the Clash of Champions 7. Misses with the clothesline, misses again. High cross body by Dr. Death. 1, 2, and Gordy kicked out.
I thought it was all going to be over right there. He had him covered with that press.
Williams with those jabs. This one's just a fight from this point on. That's what it is. Drop kick by Doc. They got the 300 pounds right up in Gordy's face. Gordy with a great deal of frustration. Oh, this one is as physical. You can hear the smack of flesh in this event.
And the blows that Williams are landing, they're heavy blows, believe me, fans, and they're all right on the button of Gordy. But Gordy proving he can take it and come back.
Terry Gordy's one of the toughest men to walk the face of the earth, bar none, and the fans know what I think about Dr. Death as they are in the Coors Light corner there. Took the ring, and Williams with a big forearm, just like they would use in the football, knocking Gordy outside again.
He had so much power behind that blow, he sent him all the way over the top rope.
Williams follows Gordy out. They're right down the aisle. Let's keep our eye on this situation. Big right hand. The referee's got to count. The referee's counting. There you see the ref. They're fighting right down the aisle.
Williams has gone right out after him. I don't think they're aware of the count in the ring.
Referee's calling for the bell. Williams and Gordy fighting right down the aisle. It's a double count out.
Ladies and gentlemen, 6 minutes, 26 seconds. The referee has counted both wrestlers out of the ring. It is a double count out.
Williams came flying back, Jim, but he was too late to get into the ring. The referee had already counted them both out.
Well, we haven't seen the last of this one. And our fans will be back. Don't go away. Norman will be here in a moment.
Hi, I'm PFC Patrick Bailey. I'm from 1st 504 Parachute Infantry Regiment. I just wanted to say hello to Houston, Texas. Happy birthday, Army Airborne.
Wrestling fans, the following contest, it is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing in the ring, from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, 275 pounds, Mike Justice. wrestling fans, soon to be approaching the ring area, making his World Championship Wrestling debut from the State Hospital, weighing 355 pounds, Theodore R. Long presents Norman the Lunatic.
Teddy Long's got those keys. That's the keys that they used to lock Norman up with, I was informed. And that seat belt on his head, right there is what they used to tie him down with in the hospital. Issue 502 you see on that massive chest.
Oh, I tell you, we've been hearing a lot about this guy, about Norman, from Theodore R. Long, Jim. I've been anxious to see him and to get a look at him. And he looks, well, as big as he is when he goes wild. I don't think Theodore Long is big enough to control a man like that.
I know there's medical attendants here for Norman's benefit.
Look at their hospital issue on the back of that shirt that he's got on.
Big and ugly and bad. He and Teddy have something in common. I don't think either one of them have any front teeth.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they communicate.
Well, you know, and Theodore Long has said all along, said Norman didn't do it, whatever that means. Look at that mouth. You're right, no teeth at all in the front of that mouth. God, what a wild-looking individual.
I know Teddy Long has told me that the key to Norman's control is the keys he carries. Norman doesn't want to be put back in the rubber room any longer. And Mike Justice is the unfortunate man to have to meet Norman, and I'll say it, he can't hear me, the lunatic. Teddy said, don't call him that.
Well, and this is his debut. The first time that we get a look at this wild man here on World Championship Wrestling, fans. I think we're going to be probably seeing a lot of him, Jim.
Ooh, there he went. And he had a steep, boo, there he goes. It shook the whole ring. That's 355. That's it for Justice. The hospital ward.
Well, if we can...
Ladies and gentlemen, in 47 seconds, the winner of the match, Norman the Lunatic.
There you see Teddy Long's. Those keys are like putting a cross in front of Dracula. He doesn't want to be locked back up. And here come some people to help get him out of the ring.
White uniforms and all. And I tell you, if we can keep him out of that lockup, I think, as I said earlier, we'll see a lot of this man.
That's one of the most bizarre and potentially dangerous individuals I have ever seen. We're going to keep it right here for just another moment or two until Teddy Long can get him out of the ring. Norman sees the people in the white coats coming for him. Teddy's telling him to come to the ring. Well,
I don't know whether he's going to be able to control him or not. It looks like he may go wild right here.
He may erupt at any moment. He may erupt at any moment. Teddy Long says, we'll lock you up if you don't listen to what I'm saying. This man is dangerous. He does not need to be in pro wrestling. Norman the Lunatic. I mean, you can tell by looking at the guy, he's had shock treatment. He's losing his hair.
You almost got to be crazy even get into the ring with a man like this, Jim. There's no telling what a guy like that's liable to do. As you say, he certainly doesn't think clearly in the ring. There's no telling what he might do. Look here, here's 4 in white uniform down to take him out.
I'm going to show the fans another look at the Triple Chance Battle Royal. They're loading him up on the gurney, settle him down, sedate him, and get him out of here. And fans, we'll be back. I'll be talking to the Freebirds, and we'll see the Steiners meet Rotunda and Sullivan. But first, see this on the Triple Chance King of the Hill Battle Royal.
Most of the towns during the Great American Bash will be featuring the Triple Crown 2-ring King of the Hill Battle Royal, the most exciting battle royal in the history of wrestling. Up to 30 men will start in ring number 1. As the men are eliminated over the top rope, they move to ring number 2, where another battle royal begins until one man remains in each ring. These 2 men will face each other for $25,000, plus the right to compete in the King of the Hill Finals in Baltimore. Don't miss the 2-ring Triple Crown Battle Royal when a Great American Bash comes to an arena near you.
Hi, I'm Private Walter Silverstein, 3rd of the 504th Parachute Infantry Regiment. I'd like to say something to Ric Flair, 6-time NWA World Champion. I think you're the best.
We're back here, ladies and gentlemen, one of the teams that will be in the finals tonight. I cannot believe that you have joined the Freebirds, Jimmy Garvin.
Let me tell you something, Pally. There's gonna be some new rules and regulations made around here. That's right. All you people with the shaved heads better pay attention. We're gonna lay down some new rules and regulations, and we're not following no rules that we don't want to follow. We're gonna break whatever rules we want to break, and I'm gonna tell you now, I don't think there's a tag team in the country that can touch Jimmy Garvin, Michael Hayes, or Terry Gordy. I'm gonna say it again. I don't think there's a man walking the stinking face of the earth that can take Jimmy Garvin, Michael Hayes, or Terry Gordy. Well, there's no doubt about that, Jim Ross. You know, we've been high up on Freebird Mountain. We've been high up on Freebird Mountain, talking this whole situation over, and I want you to know that we've got it down. And as far as you, Steve Williams, you want to be the All-American boy. Well, let me tell you something, boy. You're looking at the Big Daddy right here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, fellas, we're running short on time. Let's take a look at Flying Brian, another great star on his way to the NWA, and then we'll have more action.
Wrestling fans, the following contest, it is an Australian-style tag team match. It is set for one fall with a 30-minute time limit. Introducing team number one, approaching the ring first from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing 255 pounds, Games Master Kevin Sullivan. And ladies and gentlemen, his tag team partner from Syracuse, New York, weighing 247 pounds, Captain Mike Rotunda. Their opponents, they will be led to the ring by the First Lady of Professional Wrestling, Mrs. Hyatt. Total combined weight, 502 pounds, Scott and Greg Steiner.
All right, fans, this one should be a classic. Four men with total disdain for each other. Most popular person here right now, these enlisted men, no doubt, Missy Hyatt.
Two outstanding tag teams here, Jim Ross. From the University of Michigan, you got the Steiners, and of course, Captain Mike Rotunda, the All-American from Syracuse, Kevin Sullivan, the Games Master and the coach. This has got to be something.
I want to mention also that the wrestling Steiners are no relation to Lieutenant General Steiner here on the post here at Fort Bragg. Boy, they're barking. They love this kid, Rick Steiner. Boy, what a superstar he has become. And I really feel like that his brother, who'll be starting out against Kevin Sullivan, has unlimited potential here in the National Wrestling Alliance and here in World Championship Wrestling.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about that. He's got the body, he's got the build, and also I think he's got the mental makeup for it. And that's so important in this sport.
Scott Steiner starting out quickly. Big clothesline. Kevin Sullivan reeled back. Mike Rotunda quick to jump in, and so is Big Brother. And Big Brother with a big right, and another right, and a third right. Down goes Captain Mike Rotunda. Rick Steiner, the lateral press. He's not even a legal man.
Well, Rick Steiner, boy, you're talking about built like a fire plug. There's a guy with all the power you ever want to see wrapped into a human body. You talk about strength and power, that man has got it. Jim, he presses well over 500 pounds. Just a phenomenal athlete.
I can press 500 now, 12 ounces at a time, Bob. Coors Light's on my mind. We thank them for sponsoring and part of this broadcast.
Hey, we mentioned Fort Bragg right here. Let's take a moment to thank the Directorate of Personnel and Community Activities, the Public Affairs Office, 18th Airborne Corps, and Fort Bragg, and also Camp All-American, Jim. They've been great to us.
Certainly have. We appreciate the hospitality. Big power slam. He got him up and over in convincing fashion. Former All-American from Michigan, and Sullivan wants a tag. He'll get one from Captain Mike Rotunda. And I'll tell you, I bet it'll be cooler tomorrow night in Augusta.
Oh, right, tomorrow night in Augusta. Friday night in Cleveland, Ohio, and in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Saturday night, Indianapolis and Harrisonburg, Virginia. Sunday night, St. Louis, Missouri. Charleston, West Virginia. Monday in Macon. Tuesday in Savannah. The NWA World Championship Wrestling. All of those locations and more. Fans, don't miss it.
And I know Rick Steiner is looking forward to the big Great American Bash kickoff. He's in a big showdown event. Promoter Gary Chester has signed for 1 week from tomorrow night. Capitol Center, Landover, Maryland. And fans up in Connecticut. We know a lot of fans watch our broadcast from Connecticut. We want to say hello to you tonight. Thank you wherever you are, Stanford, wherever it may be. This is going to be big time clothesline. Big time clothesline. And another one. Sullivan goes down. We're on our way to New Haven, the Coliseum on Friday night, June 23rd. Pinning predicament for Rotunda. Count up two. He had the tights.
We're going to be in Philadelphia on the 24th and Pittsburgh the 25th, too, Jim.
Great fans in Philadelphia. I've always really enjoyed going there. Fans that are really knowledgeable, and we do appreciate their support of the NWA and World Championship Wrestling. I tell you, those big triple chance two-ring battle royals, 25 grand goes to the winner.
Those matches are going to be something to behold when you're going to start out in two-ring with all those men in the ring. You get down to
boom, big suplex. Big suplex.
Jim, and then you got two men that are going to face off in the end. That's really going to be something to behold. We're looking forward to all of those tremendous matches.
Sullivan backing Steiner in, sends him for the ride, catches it coming out though with a clothesline, and they beat Barkin in Fort Bragg, North Carolina tonight.
Just when you think you got Rick Steiner on the run and you got him in trouble, he always digs back and gets a little more. Look at this, down on all fours now, challenging Jimmy Sullivan.
Steiner's got that Charles Bronson-like tenacity. And speaking of Charlie Bronson, I know he's watching this broadcast, and we'll see Death Wish 2 immediately following the Clash of Champions 7 right here on Superstation TBS tonight. Death Wish 2 right after this, and there's a Death Wish for Steiner. He wishes no goodwill at all to Captain Mike and Kevin Sullivan. I know Sullivan's looking forward to returning to his hometown, the Boston Garden. That's on Saturday night, July the 8th. We want to say hello to all the great fans up in the Northeast. We said hi to fans in Connecticut, New Haven specifically. We'll be in Boston, the Boston Garden, Saturday night, July the 8th. The NWA's only scheduled appearance in Boston this summer. We hope you'll plan on being with us.
There's a great new facility in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Coliseum. We're going to be there on the first two Saturday night.
Big high cross body. Scotty Steiner, lateral press, but no cigar. He got a 2 count. Back up with the right hand. They didn't teach him that in the wrestling room in Michigan. They love the Steiners in Fort Bragg, North Carolina, I'll assure you.
Well, they taught him all of that tenacity, and he certainly has got that. Wait a minute, look at this, high to the air. Oh! Right down on our table, Jim.
And I don't know why they come over here. I have no reason to get over there. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. They dump him right on the table.
Steiner hit it.
His back, right on his back. We got to get a shot at the kid's back. His back is hurt. His back is lacerated and bruised already.
And look at that, he took the steps and threw at him. Outside of the ring, wild goes Sullivan.
It is crazy out here. The Steiners and and Rotunda and the Sullivan. These men are chaotic, demonic, and they want to ruin the Steiners. They want to put them out right here.
They're not trying to win a match. They're trying to end the careers, what they're trying to do.
Irish whip and Sullivan. Oh, he caught him coming in. That big foot right to the face. Scotty Steiner is in big trouble. Big, big trouble. I'll be talking to Midnight Express live in just a few minutes.
Also, Jim, we're going to be hearing from the world champion a little later on, too. You talked to him just yesterday. I'm looking forward to that.
Big drop kick. Rotunda, what a great athlete he is. Former national pump, pass, and kick semifinalist.
I think Kevin Sullivan just went out of his mind. He lost it all a moment ago.
Brutal attack, Sullivan and Rotunda. Look at Steiner's back, Scotty Steiner's back. All the hide. The epidermis has been scraped right off his back after he was thrown out here. Then Sullivan threw the stairs right on his head. There's a double arm suplex. That should be it. This will be all. It's over now. But he kicked out. Can you believe that? Can you believe this kid? This with his fighting heart has kicked out of the double arm suplex.
He ducked under that fall, too.
Ooh, he didn't miss that one. He did not miss that one.
No, sir. He was at home for that one.
Front face lock. Scott Steiner trying to make the tag. He needs to make it. Look at his back. Really raked here. Tag was made. Referee did not see it. The ref didn't see it for crying out loud. Sullivan had the referee distracted. It's not the referee's fault. It is Sullivan's fault.
And Scott Steiner double teamed over near the corner. Captain Rotunda, but he missed that drop kick.
Captain Mike misses the drop kick. This is the opportunity, the big break that Scott Steiner needs to tag his brother.
The kid is still alive.
He made the tag. Steiner with a big right and another right. Hammering down, nailing Sullivan, nailing Rotunda, nailing Sullivan. The unorthodox man with Alex on his left hand is working on him. Fist and fire. Double clothesline. Kevin Sullivan has got the chair. Kevin Sullivan has got Bob Cottle's chair.
Jerked it right out from under me, Jim, and went flying into the ring with a chair.
Steiner now. Scott Steiner in big trouble. Rick and Sullivan are outside. He just suplexed him on the back. His back's already injured. He suplexed him right on the chair. He suplexed him right on the chair. And this will be it.
Ladies and gentlemen, 8 minutes and 36 seconds. The winners of the match, the team captain, Rotunda, and team master,
Well, they can't get any wilder than this one. Kevin Sullivan, Captain Rotunda. It was wild all the way through, and then that suplex right on that chair that Sullivan had yanked out and put in the ring there, Jim. That was the end of it.
Fans, I'll be back and talk to Jim Cornette and the Midnight Express live. And then it will be the Stinger defending the TV championship when we come back on the Clash of Champions 7. This is Superstation TBS.
Lieutenant Dwight Burrows from Miami, Florida, and I'm a fire support team chief for the 82nd Airborne Division's Artillery. And we'd like to wish the Army a happy birthday.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, live on Superstation TBS. This is Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the home of the 82nd Airborne Division. And in the finals of the World Tag Team Title Tournament, it will be the Midnight Express and the Freebirds later tonight.
Let me just say one thing about what happened with the Samoan SWAT team. The Midnight Express have never asked for any help from anybody, but we're smart enough to take a little when it comes along and capitalize on an advantage, and that's what we did. And Paulie, that's what I told you we were going to do, win one way or another. Now the fabulous Freebirds. Michael Hayes, you talk about how many girls you got, how many broads you... These guys here in the Army know more about broads than Michael Hayes will ever dream of. seen the women the Freebirds go out with. If the Midnight Express ever woke up next to one of them They'd gnaw their arm off at the shoulder just to escape without waking the beast up. But tag team wrestling, the Freebirds, the Midnight Express, probably the two most legendary names in the history of tag team wrestling. The Freebirds 10 years ago were the sensation. The Midnight Express for the past 5 years. We've never met. Well, this time, the first one is going to the Midnight Express. We're going to be the World Tag Team Champions, and I'm going to be right here to make sure the third Freebird doesn't interfere in that match.
Thank you very much, Jim Cornette's comments, ladies and gentlemen. And right now, before we have more wrestling action, let's hear from the governor of the great state of North Carolina. Here's Governor Jim Martin.
Hello, I'm Jim Martin, Governor of North Carolina. Today is Flag Day, as well as the 214th birthday of the United States Army. As Americans, we're all proud of the young men and women who sacrificed to serve our country, and we in North Carolina are particularly proud and honored that Fort Bragg, one of this nation's outstanding military installations, is located here in our great state. All of us are grateful for the job our young people are doing all around the world, especially at this time in our history. And a special thanks to Superstation TBS for tonight's live telecast. We're happy you chose Fort Bragg in North Carolina to mark today's celebration.
Wrestling fans, the following contest, it is for the World Television Championship. In the ring, the challenger from Pecos, Texas, 249 pounds, Wild Bill Irwin. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent from Venice Beach, California, weighing 265 pounds, he is the World Television Champion. This is Sting!
And the Stinger respecting that leather bullwhip of Wild Bill Irwin.
Jim, you can't blame him for that. Wild Bill right out of the Wild West, and with that bullwhip, boy, he can do some damage with that, some permanent damage.
I'll tell you what, Bob, this place is so noisy. It's like when the 1st Battalion, 82nd Aviation Brigade flew over, and those 5 AH-64 Apache attack helicopters come on the air. It was rumbling, and it's rumbling now. The Stinger takes him down viciously by the back of the head.
One of the most prestigious championships in all of professional wrestling, the World Television Championship on the line in this match.
I wanted Lex Luger to join us out here for this match to provide some color commentary, but he refused. He's still not very displeased, I should say. He is displeased with the top 10 ratings. Didn't want to make an appearance. Very upset. Irwin trying to upset the Stinger here. Irish whips him in. Big knee right to the midsection. Irwin has everything to gain in this one, Bob, and absolutely nothing to lose.
You're talking about a quick rise in the NWA. Here's a man who has had it, Wild Bill Irwin. And I tell you, he proved that he deserved it too, Jim. He's a rough, tough competitor all the way. He can get in and mix it up with the best.
Sting has had his share of problems in recent weeks with one Terry Funk. While on the other hand, there you see T-shirt, our big Great American Bash pay-per-view event comes up on Sunday, July 23rd, Glory Days from Baltimore, Maryland, the Baltimore Arena. That event will surely be a complete sellout. I advise the fans in Baltimore to get their tickets as early as possible. Great seats are still available right now, by the way. And Wild Bill Irwin, not selling anything right now. As far as tickets, he's selling those right hands and nailing the Stinger with it.
Well, and he's making everyone up pay as he's landing them hard and he's landing them heavy.
That was a great move there to counter, to come off the ropes for that man from Venice Beach, California. As I said, he has got a tremendous issue going right now with one Terry Funk. Sting did not like the way that Funk degraded the world's champion Ric Flair. We'll be hearing from the Nature Boy in our next segment.
Well, you're right. That was the time that Funk...
Boy, what a suplex. Lateral press, only got one. Much to the credit of Irwin, shows his tenacity and his desire.
Jim, I was going to say, Funk deprived the world champion of his hour of glory in Nashville, Tennessee, and I don't think wrestling fans anywhere will ever forget that and what he did and what happened.
offensive attack here in this battle for the television championship. I know it's Terry Funk that Sting would like in the ring, but Ricky Steamboat has Funk later tonight. It's the Stinger splash. No, Irwin scouted it. The Stinger held himself. Irwin catches him in midair.
I think Sting had to be surprised by that move. Irwin, who is big and strong, he just caught Sting, jerked him right out of the air.
That bear hug slam. Sting's in trouble. Irwin not capitalizing on that great offensive move, Bob.
He had Sting down. He had him in trouble. He should have gone right to the attack. He backed away. He went over to Gloat.
He went to get the whip, but that got him 1, 2, and 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3 minutes, 14 seconds. The winner and still World Television Champion, Sting!
Irwin has that bullwhip, but he is a beaten man in this television championship.
And it was a big mistake on the part of Wild Bill Irwin, too. Look at that bullwhip as he's got it up above his head there. It's back to Sting, and there was the payoff.
The Stinger splash from behind. He nailed him with it, rolled him up in a wrestling cradle, and this one is history. And fans will be back with great action and Ric Flair after you see this from Scott Gator Hall.
From Orlando, Florida, introducing Scott Hall. Fans, in his career as a professional wrestler, the world heavyweight champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair has had to overcome many obstacles, including many injuries, many of them career-threatening. Recently, one of those occurred in a sneak, unprovoked attack at the hands of Terry Funk. Yesterday, our colleague Jim Ross was in Charlotte at the home of the world champion to talk with him. Let's hear that now.
Hello again, everyone. Jim Ross with you here from Charlotte, North Carolina. And we have traveled to this beautiful city to speak with the world's heavyweight champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair. We're standing out in front of the Nature Boy's home at this point in time, and indeed it is a very, very beautiful facility. All the comforts of home and more, no doubt. And the champion knows how to style and profile, as his home certainly evidences. You know, fans, a lot of questions have arisen regarding the status of the world's heavyweight champion. Will Ric Flair wrestle again? And if so, when? We're going to ask those questions and more for the champ's first appearance on national television since May the 7th in Nashville, Tennessee at WrestleWar 89. So I know he's home. I spoke with him just earlier. We're going to talk to the champion now and find out the questions I know you want answered. Hey, Rick.
Jim, how are you, sir?
How you feeling?
Fine.
Good.
Getting better.
Good. Glad you could spend some time with us.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Beautiful place. Overwhelms every time I'm here. Overwhelms me.
Well, thank you. I'm
Really
very proud of it. Please
good.
come in and
Okay.
sit down.
Okay. I think one of the major questions that we have to address right now is, you know, you've been very active. What have you been doing since May the 7th?
Obviously, there's been a drastic change in my life. I've been sitting home now for 5 weeks. I go to the hospital twice a day for therapy, traction. I go to the doctor's office to see Joe Swanek every day for more therapy. And I come home and I talk to my lawyers, I talk to my accountants, and I try to figure out if there's if there's a life after wrestling. I'm not worried about money. This sport's been good to me. I've got all the money I could spend in 2 lifetimes. But what do you do when you look at the possibility of not being able to compete in wrestling? When you look at the possibility of not being able to compete in wrestling again?
Another major question that we have to address is how do you feel physically?
Well, aside from the fact that my left arm is numb and my hand tingles continuously, and I've got this pinched nerve in my neck as a result of the crack in the vertebrae, I feel pretty good, if that's possible. This is the worst injury I've ever had. This is probably harder on me and has been harder on me than the airplane crash when I broke my back. Because I knew day one after the airplane crash that I would make it back. The doctors said that I would be able to at some point in time wrestle again. Now it's a question mark. So I feel good, but it's real hard not knowing what the future holds for me with the sport of professional wrestling.
Well, it's great to hear that you're feeling better. But I think, you know, knowing you as I do, I have to ask a question. How do you feel mentally?
Well, as you go through life, and I don't care what you do for a living, you incur ups and downs. But mentally, it's been the hardest part for me. I've always been active. I've wrestled for the National Wrestling Alliance. I've worn the banner, carried the championship for eight years now, traveling 300 plus days a year. It's hard sitting in the sidelines. I'm the kind of guy that wants to be taped up and in the game all the time. It's even more difficult to sit here on Saturdays and watch the wrestling programs and see what's happening right now in the NWA and not being able to do anything about it.
Another question. I think the fans are all aware that the world's heavyweight champion must defend the title every 30 days. That's a stipulation that has been honored since the inception of the NWA. Quite obviously, you've been physically unable to do that, and we've just gone past that 30-day situation, but in the 5th week now. I think it was a good, sound move of the NWA to waive that situation right now, seeing as though it was their judge that did the injury. Have you and the board set a timetable where you must make some sort of decision as to your future and the future of the championship?
Well, let me go on record as saying the NWA has bent over backward to make this deal fair for me. I had 30 days to defend the title, and they gave me an additional 30 days. My agent and accountant, Tom Beck, and my attorney, Dennis Guthrie, have met with Jim Hurd and the board of directors on 3 different occasions now, trying to work out something that we all can live with. Of course, the bottom line being, though, if I am not able to compete or will not compete, they will take the title from me. And I guess that's one of the reasons we're here today. I am going to make the announcement July 1st. I'll spend a lot of time these next 2 weeks, putting this back together and trying to get back into wrestling. I won't come back 75%. I wouldn't give anybody in this sport the satisfaction of beating me for the championship if I wasn't 100%. So if I'm not 100%, then I will have to sit in the sidelines, and they will take the title from me. It's the most coveted trophy in sports. It deserves to be on a man that's in the ring. It deserves to be in the ring. It deserves to be in the public eye, and right now it's not.
I have to ask you this question. We're taping this on Tuesday afternoon. We're basically 24 hours away from the Clash of Champions that is airing in. If Terry Funk were watching this right now on a monitor, what would you say to him?
Well, I think if Funk could see my eyes right now, I wouldn't have to say anything. You know what I mean by that, Jim? You can tell by looking at a man's eyes what's on his mind real fast. I think the wrestling fans know, and I know Funk knows, that if my neck could carry my heart, he wouldn't make it out of Fort Bragg tomorrow night because I'd be there. But I won't give Funk, as I said earlier, the satisfaction until I'm 100%. And Terry Funk, if you are watching this, don't sleep well at night, because Ric Flair, 30 days from now or a year from now, will be at your door.
Well, fans, we are all anxiously awaiting the July 1st announcement. We'll have that right here on Superstation TBS, hopefully, the press conference. It'd be great if we could carry it live, but we'll be working on that and keep you updated on that situation. I want to thank you for your time.
Jim, thank you.
It's great.
Always a pleasure. Nice seeing you.
It's great seeing you again. I always enjoy coming to your home. Thanks for inviting us in. And
thank you very much.
Fans, will have more of the Clash of Champions right after this timeout.
Most of the towns during the Great American Bash will be featuring the Triple Crown two-ring King of the Hill Battle Royal, the most exciting battle royal in the history of wrestling. Up to 30 men will start in ring number 1. As the men are eliminated over the top rope, they move to ring number 2, where another battle royal begins until one man remains in each ring. These two men will face each other for $25,000 plus the right to compete in the King of the Hill Finals in Baltimore. Don't miss the two-ring Triple Crown Battle Royal when a Great American Bash comes to an arena near you.
Hi, I'm Private Randy Kibler from the 504th Parachute Infantry Regiment. Got a message for that world champion Ric Flair. Come on back, bud. We need you. We're going to get Terry Funk for you. Huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the final match in the World Tag Team Championship Elimination Tournament. It is set for one fall to a finish. Introducing team number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, approaching the ring from Baxter, USA, in Atlanta, Georgia. Freebird Jimmy Garvin, Freebird Michael P.S. Hayes, the fabulous Freebirds. And they are accompanied to the ring by the Freebird Terry
All right, fans, we are waiting the arrival of the Midnight Express. This is what we've been waiting on. 8 teams started, 2 have survived to this point.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents, soon to be making their way toward the ring from the dark side, Jim Cornette presents Sweet Stan, Beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
Here they come. Wait a minute, there's Paulie Dangerously. Dangerously just nailed Cornette in the back of the head with a tennis racket.
Dangerously, he wasn't even supposed to be out here. What was he doing out at ringside?
He just, what's in that racket?
Yeah, he didn't have a team. He's not with the Freebirds. He had no business being here.
He is out cold. And Stan Lane, what's on Bobby? Look inside the racket. Let's get a shot of the racket. Dangerously had that racket loaded. He's got a horseshoe in there and a chain. It's full of chain and metal and a horseshoe. He just knocked Cornette unconscious. Here come the Dynamic Dudes.
Well, he had a lot of metal wrapped up in there. He had it wrapped up with tape, and you really couldn't see it. But you know it had to be something the way Cornette went down after being hit with it.
Dangerously showing more courage than we have ever seen coming to the ring. First of all, no courage whatsoever in hitting Jim Cornette in the back of the head. Referee Tommy Young has called for the bell. It's somewhat chaotic here and in a disarray. We apologize for that.
Well, I think he's telling the Midnight Express, hey, we're sorry. What happened to Cornette is he's being carried out the arena and away from the ring, but the bell is rung. We got to get on with the match is what he's saying here.
Young is right. They've got to get the matches on. We're coming to you live, fans. Here at the Clash of Champions 7, Guts and Glory, the Dynamic Dudes and the MPs. Escort, carry, I guess is a better word.
Carrying.
Jim Cornette back to the locker room area to get medical attention.
Well, he's going feet first, and you got to think now that the Midnight Express are going to be at a great disadvantage with Cornette not in their corner.
Well, Cornette devises their strategy. He watches all the videotape. Cornette, one of the great observers of wrestling. I can tell you that right now, no matter where it may be nationwide.
This is a bad break. It's an omen, I think, for the Midnight Express right here. A bad break happened to him.
Well, we'll see how the Midnight Express will function without their leader. Be like the 82nd Airborne without their leader, Lieutenant General Steiner. Nice move there by Stan Lane. Scoop slam on Michael Hayes. This event, arm drag takeover for the World Tag Team Championship. Winner take all. One fall to a finish.
Started out fast and furious. It should be a classic matchup when you got competitors in there that are like these and they can all four wrestle and get it on. And that's what's going to happen right now.
Tag made. Bobby Eaton's the legal man. Nice drop toe hold. Elbow to the back of the head. Don't forget fans immediately following. Wait a minute. Lateral press. Leg grapevine. 1-2. Almost made short work of Jimmy Garvin. Charles Bronson and Death Wish 2 coming up right after this broadcast here on Superstation TBS. And don't forget to call our wrestling hotline. That's 900-909-9900. We'll have matter of fact, Joe Pedicino and Lance Russell are broadcasting this event on the hotline now. But we'll be joining them. Nice double team move there. Right after we go off the air at 11:05 for a live post-clash wrap-up program. So be ready to call us live right after the broadcast if you haven't already.
Double team now by the Midnight Express. And Jim, let's remind all the wrestling fans again, 8 days away, 1 week from tomorrow.
Lateral press, Bob. Count of 2.
The Great American Bash on Tour gets underway in Landover, Maryland, 1 week from tomorrow.
Garvin and Hayes telling these enlisted people to shut up. And they're not following the orders. They don't have any stripes on their shoulders. No scars on their shoulders.
Boy, the crowd, they love it. I think they're very definitely now behind the Midnight Express, and the attack on Jim Cornette may have brought that about, really, Jim.
Midnight Express faring very well without their leader.
Well, they're both such great athletes, and they've been many a tough battle, and they will know what it's all about in that square.
Boy, this is electrifying here in Fort Bragg. It is jam-packed. It is hot. This is the National Wrestling Alliance, brought to you tonight by World Championship Wrestling. We'll be back in the Omni in Atlanta on Sunday night, July the 2nd, for the Great American Bash. On to Boston Garden on Saturday, July the 8th. Providence, Rhode Island on Sunday, July the 9th. In Chicago, Tuesday, July the 11th. In the great state of Memphis, or the great state of Tennessee, in Memphis, Mid-South Coliseum, Friday night, July 14th. And in Fort Worth, Texas, at the Cowtown Coliseum on Sunday night, July 16th. We'll talk more about them as those big events as time permits throughout the broadcast. Garvin, in the meantime, bearing the knee twice to the midsection. A beautiful Bobby Eaton, the Huntsville, Alabama native. I'm sure concerned in the back of his mind about his manager, Jim Cornette. But he has to put front of mind awareness on winning the World Tag Team Championship. This is for all the marbles.
They're all riding right on this match, and there goes Eaton. Boy, he hit that guardrail, that fence around the ring, and he hit it head on at full speed.
Hayes with a vicious right hand. The Freebirds had those leather studs on their hands. I should say Freebirds, meaning Freebirds, Hayes, and Garvin. Man, this Saturday night ought to be red hot here on the Superstation. 8:05 Eastern Time. 2 great hours this Saturday night for World Championship Wrestling. I hope Jim Cornette gets better before Friday night, July 23rd, when we debut the NWA Power Hour on Superstation TBS. That's Friday night, June 23rd at 10:20 Eastern Time.
That's right, Jim. You'll be there, and Cornette will be along with you. We hope he's ready by then. I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be a great program.
Stan Lane over to help his fallen partner in this one fall to a finish battle for the World Tag Team Championship. Still to come, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat's #1 contender slot versus the #10 contender, Terry Funk. Big elbow right in the face. That got him right in the nose.
I know a lot of the fans are hoping that the Dragon can quieten Terry Funk, get rid of Terry Funk for all. He really burst on the scene with that sneak attack on the world champion, and he just flew right into the top 10 rankings, Jim.
I think the world's champion was really humbled at the outpour of concern over his injury. He'll be making that announcement, oh God, on July 1st, but Eaton just went face first into the security railing. Bobby Eaton just was nailed face first into the security railing. Lane trying to savate kick Garvin away, but Bobby Eaton is in deep trouble here in this championship showdown.
Lane trying to protect him. That's twice now that Eaton has been into that iron fence, and he's caught it full force each time. Look here at Hayes.
Eaton fighting back. Whip to the corner where Garvin's knee met him.
Jim, you got to hand it to these two. Garvin and Hayes are working extremely well together. They know what it's all about, and they know how to team together.
Snapmare, Garvin taking Eaton over right into the reverse chin lock. Don't forget, fans, big weekend for the NWA this Friday night in Cleveland and in Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Saturday night in Indianapolis and Harrisonburg, Virginia. This Sunday night in the historic Kiel Auditorium in St. Louis and in Charleston, West Virginia, as these military personnel cheer on Bobby Eaton. They are solidly behind the Midnight Express.
They're going wild. They're saying to Eaton, dig down and get it, and that's what Eaton did right there.
Hang made. Here comes Sweet Stand with a kick with the left foot to the ribs of Garvin. Sends Garvin for the ride. There's the Irish whip. Lane went in, missed the elbow. Garvin too quick on that maneuver. Now it's the Freebirds with the advantage once again. Michael Hayes backing Lane into the rope, sends him for the ride. Lane, though, with a DDT. He DDT'd Hayes. What a reversal. What a twist of fate here. But Hayes quickly makes the tag.
You would expect that from Hayes, but not from Lane. He really turned the tables on Hayes. Look at him now.
Bobby Eaton in there. Fighting for his team. He's Lane drop kicks Hayes out. The Midnight Express may be on the glory trail here. Guts and glory is what it's going to take. Hayes crawls back into the ring. Sends for the ride. Hayes is in dreamland. Big forearm. Hayes outside again.
There's Gordy up on the apron of the ring now, Jim.
Gordy just on the apron, not a disqualification. He didn't come in the ring and did not interfere. Garvin sent for the ride. I know he's bringing down. Face first, that flapjack. Hayes calls back in the ring. Gordy perched on the outside, ready. Garvin may be a beaten man here, kicking out in desperation.
It looked like we were going to have new World Tag Team Champions right there with that count.
Wait a minute, Gordy's in. The ref not looking. Gordy just slammed him. Referee Tommy Young did not see it. Garvin's got the tights, and the Midnight Express have gone down. The Freebirds are the new World Tag Team Champions. Well, they have done it. Jimmy Garvin's debut.
Yeah, you can look at it again, but you got to say the downfall really began when Jim Cornette went down and went out.
Cornette was not there. The referee's back is turned. Gordy just stuffing Bobby Eaton down. Gordy had no business, obviously, in the ring. Jimmy Garvin, who seemed to be a beaten man, rolls on top. Grapevine the leg. Gordy did the damage. Hayes, Garvin are the World Tag Team Champions.
I am Command Sergeant Major Hanley. We are the 407th S&T Battalion, 82nd Airborne Division. We would like to say, Happy birthday, Army! Airborne!
For wrestling fans, the following contest is a top 10 ranking bout. It is set for one fall with TV time remaining. Introducing first in the ring, hailing from the Double Cross Ranch in Canyon, Texas, weighing 241 pounds, the number 10 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Terry Funk. And ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, soon to be making his way toward the ring from Hawaii, weighing 237 pounds. He is the number 1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
And the steamer comes to the ring. Don't forget, fans, to call the wrestling hotline right after we go off the air. If you have not already called, I'll be joining Lance Russell for a live recap of this event. We hope to talk to Paul Dangerously, to Eddie Gilbert, to perhaps Teddy Long, and the new World Tag Team Champions, the fabulous Freebirds. That's tonight, right after we go off the air. 900-909-9900. And of course, we'll be followed here. Keep it right here on the Superstation for Death Wish 2 with Charlie Bronson. Pick up the phone and call us on the wrestling hotline.
I'm looking forward to that one. Charlie Bronson, always one of my favorites. And there you saw the family right there as Ricky the Dragon Steamboat threw a kiss out to his wife outside the ring, and that family unit means so much to this young man.
Bonnie Steamboat and little Ricky really support the Dragon's efforts in representing not only the Steamboat family, but all the family units that support World Championship Wrestling. Man, what a program we have had. Fans, thanks for being with us so much here on the Superstation. And join us again Saturday night at 8:05 Eastern Time for 2 big hours of World Championship Wrestling.
And let me remind you again, on June 23rd, Jim Ross and Jim Cornette will premiere the NWA Power Hour on the Superstation.
Nick Patrick trying to get between, and he finally successfully does so. Funk and Steamboat. Nature Boy Ric Flair has said he will make an announcement right here on the Superstation on Saturday, July the 1st, about his future. That's the date the NWA has set for him. Listen to those chops.
Unbelievable power behind the chops from Funk. And look at Steamboat.
Steamboat retaliates with chops in kind. Oh, the intensity etched on the faces of both these supreme athletes. Both these men have worn the gold, have carried the banner, as Ric Flair said earlier, of the NWA. The champ said the NWA deserves a man that is 100%. And God willing, he'll be back at 100%. He'll make that announcement on July 1st, and they're just exchanging. Steamboat will not be humiliated. He will not be intimidated.
Lightning quick blows from Steamboat to Funk, sent him flying right out of the ring. And as you said, Jim, they both won that gold. They've both been champions before. That's why this bout means so much to both of them, because that #1 ranking, that's what they're both looking forward to. They both won it.
Funk desperately needs a win here to move up the ladder. Steamboat needs to win to keep the #1 ranking. Lex Luger's #2. The Stinger is #3. Nice football tackle by Funk. And another one. Down goes Steamboat. Funk to the ropes on the far side. Comes to the ropes on the near side with momentum on. And he got chopped right out of his double-cross boots. And a drop kick right to the face. The Steamboat right in his face again. Another drop kick. Funk out on the apron and down to the floor.
I don't think there's anybody in professional wrestling that has more weapons in his arsenal than does Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. He can hit you coming or going. He's so ring smart too, Jim. He knows what to do in the ring, and he's got possession of his faculties at all time, regardless of how the match is going.
He's got that double arm suplex too, a tremendous submission maneuver. Funk has the pile driver. He puts you out with the pile driver.
Well, Ric Flair can certainly attest to that, as he was pile drive right into that table by Funk.
Funk with stinging right jabs. He's a southpaw, remember that. And a big, big left hand. From the south side, he nailed the Dragon. Steamboat thrown outside.
Let's see what Funk will do now. Will he go out after him?
He's at his most dangerous best when he's on the outside of the ring and he's brawling tactics. Elbow right to the back. Steamboat has got to regroup. Big chop, you can hear it. And another one, thunderous. Nowhere in wrestling will you see them compete any harder than right here on World Championship Wrestling. And Funk ran high.
And it looks like outside of the ring that Steamboat has turned it up a notch or two and is on the offensive now. But look at Funk retaliate quickly.
Funk with a double leg pickup. On top now, Steamboat. His big tape left fist hammering down right above the eye. The right eye of the Dragon. Trying to close it if he can.
Almost like a life and death situation in the ring for both of these men. That's how bad they want it.
I want to congratulate our production crew from Superstation TBS on an outstanding job in this broadcast. Great camera shots taking you right in the ring. Funk sets Steamboat up. Is it for the neck breaker? He just came down on him, jammed the neck on his own shoulder. And Funk right on top, taking the air out of Steamboat. The lateral press, you see it right there. Great shot, right inside the ring.
Terry Funk knows all the tricks. He knows how to hurt you so many ways. And when he gets you injured, he's going to stay on top of you. That's one thing the Steamboat's got to guard against.
Funk with a well-placed foot coming off the ropes, followed by a big roundhouse. Left hand. Steamboat is in trouble. His #1 ranking in jeopardy. It would have been great to have Lex Luger out here with us, Bob, provide some color commentary. We know from our last week's program on the Superstation, he's not pleased at all with the ratings, but I'm sure he would have enjoyed this contest.
I think Luger thinks that he should be ranked #1, that he should be above Steamboat in the rankings.
Well, it's up for debate, no doubt about it. Steamboat chopping viciously Funk in the chest. Funk upside down, head first. On the ring apron.
He's got to be hurt. That was a terrible fall he took coming over that top rope all the way out of the ring.
A wily veteran from West Texas. The Double Cross Ranch and Canyon is where he hangs his hat. And Steamboat's up. Keep your eye on Steamboat. The Dragon walking the high wire, so to speak. What balance Steamboat has. Steamboat may come off the top at any time.
Funk's a long way off, almost down to the other corner, Jim.
Steamboat can't reach him from there.
I don't think so either. There you go.
Oh, it came off the top. The big chop right to the head. A death-defying move by Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. This could have turned the corner for him, Bob. He's going to slam him. He's carrying around the ring.
Well, I think Steamboat can smell the roses now. He's got it all going his way.
He's carrying him all the way around the ring. Steamboat now coming near us here.
All the way around. He's coming around behind us now.
What strength it takes. He just slammed him. He walked all the way around the ring, 360 degrees, and slammed the #10 contender for the World's Championship viciously on the floor.
Funk still down outside of the ring. If Steamboat would back up, I think the referee could start a count on him.
Come on, Terry. Funk may be thinking circle the wagon. The wild man, the outlaw from West Texas.
Don't count him out, Jim. You never know what he's going to do.
Steamboat's got him up. Good heaven. Steamboat just dropped him, and Funk went all the way over the top rope, all the way to the floor. My God, he must have fell 10 or 12 feet.
Jim, I've never seen a slam like that. Out of the ring, over the top rope, all the way down to the floor.
We will indeed see the metal, what he is made of. I'm speaking of that man, Terry Funk.
I don't know how he got up from that.
He is, I tell you what, he's as mentally tough as any athlete ever in this sport, as resilient as can be. But Steamboat has got to capitalize. Put him away now, Dragon. And Funk, the resourceful veteran, as I said, caught Steamboat with the left foot right in the face, and Steamboat has got to be seeing stars.
Funk is at his most dangerous when he's hurt and when he's wounded, and that's the situation he's in right now. We've seen him in a number of bouts.
Funk now. Ooh, back on the attack. You can hear it. And another one. Sends Steamboat for the ride. Catch him with the elbow coming off the ropes. And now the momentum is squarely back into the corner of the #10 contender, Terry Funk. And Funk now setting Steamboat for the pile driver. He's got him up, and he nailed it. This should be all. Steamboat got caught. He got caught in a pile driver. Will this be all?
Sort of be it.
1, 2, and he kicked out. Somehow, the Dragon reaches down. Deep inside his own soul, the kick out. Oh, what a job. And another one. They send chills up your spine.
They've each been wounded and seriously wounded so far during the match. And they continue to go toe-to-toe.
Referee right face first with Steamboat. Referee Nick Patrick is down. Steamboat, shoulder first up and over the top turnbuckle. Buck sees that the referee is down. He has basically a free ride right here, right now.
It looks like Steamboat is almost completely out. He's unable to move outside of the ring, just lying there. And as you say, with the referee down, watch Funk now.
Oh! He's got him up, the running pile driver, right on the floor. Funk's running pile driver. He nails Steamboat. That's the second pile driver within a couple of minutes for Steamboat. Can this miraculous athlete from Hawaii, the former world champion, even make it into the ring?
Jim, you don't see many people that can recover from one pile driver. Steamboat has already done that. I don't know whether there's any way that anybody can come back from 2 of those vicious blows or not.
The Steamer pulling his way up to the apron. Oh, what a fighting heart the #1 contender has. Terry Funk suplexes him outside, back in. He signals for the referee to count, but Nick Patrick is still dazed. He is still woozy. I don't think he's got all of his resources now. 1, this is it, 2, see, he got out! Yeah, he got out! The right shoulder came off the canvas. And he's done it again!
He's fighting on instinct and instinct alone right now.
And look at Funk. Oh, those are vicious left hands. Steamboat is cannon fodder. He is all but out right here. And Funk perhaps going for the coup de grace as he ascends to the top rope.
If he's got anything else, he's got to dig down and get it right now or it'll all be over.
Oh, got the knees up! Steamboat got the knees up into the solar plexus of Funk. The Steamer reaching down. Does he have anything left? The people here are rabid. Funk set for the ride. Steamboat downstairs to the injured abdomen of Terry Funk. And now Funk is in trouble once again.
What a turnaround in the match so far when it looked like Funk had it all his way and it was going to be over for Steamboat. Suddenly it's Funk in trouble.
The referee looks to be back in good shape, or at least as good as to be expected at this point in time.
Yeah, when you talk about that, I think they both now are feeling the effects of this. It's been a tremendous match, and they've both taken a lot of blows. They got to have a lot of telling effect on it.
Steamboat right above us here, climbing to the top. There you see the Dragon. Up on top he is. The Steamer comes down, all the chop. He got Funk right in the head. Savant kick. Funk right out here.
Right over at us. Right on the table, and we're going to try to hold him off if we can.
He's right here on top of us. I don't think he knows where he is, even when he's not incoherent.
No, we're trying to get our broadcast equipment, anything he can get his hands on. He's a desperate man at the moment.
He's got a mic.
He's got our microphone.
Come on, Terry. He just nailed him with him. Leave the equipment alone, will you? For crying out loud. Referee's calling for the disqualification, and rightfully so. He hit Steamboat right in the face with that metal microphone.
Anytime you get a foreign object like that and get it into the match, you got to be disqualified.
We need some help out here. Steamboat's been brutalized.
Hey, here's Funk right back again, trying to get another weapon into the ring. Funk's not satisfied.
Here comes Luger.
Here comes to the
Luger
rescue.
will help Steamboat. Packers will help Steamboat. Funk getting out of the ring. He wants no part of the U.S. heavyweight champion. Thank God that Luger is here.
chant of Luger, Luger.
You know, there's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk that I have some problems lately. Some problems with my arrogance, maybe. That I'm too cocky. That I have a problem with maybe too much ego, a lot of ego. I don't have any problems. All I got is a lot of pride. Come on, Ricky, let's go.
Well, Luger's helping him up. Thank God for some sportsmanship. Oh, God! Oh, my God, what a clothesline! What a clothesline! Oh, God, what a clothesline!
What in the heaven's name brought that on?
Why is he doing this? He wants to be number one, but not at this price. Not at this price, Lex. No turn on him. No turn on him.
He could not stand the thought evidently of Steamboat being number one contender. Got a chair now.
Luger with a weapon. Steamboat has been brutalized with 2 pile drivers by Terry Funk. And Luger hammers him on the back of the head and on the shoulder.
He's completely lost his senses.
He is obsessed to be the number one contender for the world's title. He is obsessed to be the world's champion. And now he's going to help this Ricky Steamboat up in the ring. This is uncalled for. This is totally distasteful. This is sickening. There is no reason for this. Oh, get out of the chair.
There lays your number one contender.
All right, that's totally distasteful. He darn sure is a number one contender. Luger's number 2, and he can't stand it. What an ego. What an overbearing son of a... Well, Steamboat fought with everything he had. Here comes the Stinger in to help out his buddy. These are some guys that have some loyalty, some friendship. For crying out loud. If we got something, we got to... Let's show this again. We got to...
All right, Jim, I think we've got to go to a commercial break, and then we'll show that again.
We'll show you what happened before we go off the air. We'll be right back. This is terrible. All right, fans, it's certainly been one of the great nights in NWA, Bob. The atmosphere here with all the soldiers here at the 82nd Airborne, we certainly appreciate their hospitality. I said that this is set proudly in the offices of World Championship Wrestling, and May said in the office in the 14th floor of Ted Turner. And as fans know, Superstation TBS, the host for the Goodwill Games, always has patriotism and our American way first and foremost in mind. It was a great opportunity to be here. We saw new World Tag Team Champions crowned.
And also we may see a number 1 contender now for the World Heavyweight Championship, depending on what happens with Steamboat and also with Terry Funk. I don't know how that's going to come out, Jim. That's still a little confusing.
As we mentioned, fans, the Fabulous Freebirds are the new World Tag Team Champions. We saw, I think, one of the great final matches that we have seen in recent memory in any kind of tournament, and the Freebirds are the champions for the first time in the NWA. I don't think that Ricky Steamboat right now is concerned whether he is number 1 or not. I think when he gets his senses, he's going to be concerned at taking care of Lex Luger.
I think he's going to have a payback time, and I think it's going to be a payback time to Luger. That's down the road, I'm sure, for him, as well as Terry Funk. I think both of them are probably looming in the mind right now of Rick Steamboat.
Bob, thank you. It was great to work with you again.
Enjoyed it, Jim. Had a lot of fun.
Fans, it's almost time for a Coors Light, but we leave you. We want to show you exactly what happened with Lex Luger as he came to the ring. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you Saturday night at 8:05 Eastern. Come on, Terry. He just nailed him with him. Leave the equipment alone, will you? For crying out loud. Referee's calling for the disqualification, and rightfully so. He hit Steamboat right in the face with that metal microphone.
Anytime you get a foreign object like that and get it into the match, you got to be disqualified.
We need some help out here. Steamboat's been brutalized.
Hey, here's Funk right back again, trying to get another weapon into the ring. Funk's not satisfied.
Here comes Luger.
Here comes to the rescue.
PA. He wants the mic. What's he doing?
And the crowd with that chant of Luger, Luger.
You know, there's been a lot of talk. There's been a lot of talk, but I have some problems lately. Some problems with my arrogance, maybe, that I'm too cocky. But I have a problem with maybe too much ego, a lot of ego. I don't have any problems. All I got is a lot of pride. Come on, Ricky, let's go.
Well, Luger's helping him up. Thank God for some sportsmanship. Oh, God! Oh, my God, what a clothesline!